Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Lesperance, and today I will be reading you Miss Nelson is Missing by James Marshall. As I read, I will have my son Landon, a first grader, with me, and I will be asking him some questions about the story, about some of the predictions that he's making, and I would like you to be thinking about your answers to those questions and your predictions as well. Hopefully you enjoy this book as much as we do. Miss Nelson is Missing. So let's look at the cover. What do you think this book is going to be about, Landon?
The teacher going missing.
Why do you think that?
Because it's called Miss Nelson's Missing, and when it says missing at the end, it has an exclamation point.
But why do you think it's about a teacher? What gives you a clue about that?
It says miss. And usually when you call someone miss, it means like you're talking to a teacher.
Oh, is there any other clues on the front cover that make you think it's going to be about a teacher?
There's students.
There's students. How do you know they're students?
Because they're at their desks.
Oh, see, that was my first clue. I think they're sitting at a desk, and it looks like they are at school, doesn't it? Okay. Miss Nelson is missing. The kids in room 207 were misbehaving again. Spitballs stuck to the ceiling. Paper planes whizzed through the air. They were the worst behaved class in the whole school. Now settle down, said Miss Nelson in a sweet voice, but the class would not settle down. They whispered and giggled. What is a giggle? Like a little laugh, right?
Chuckle.
Yeah, that kind of sounded like a giggle, what you did. They squirmed and made faces. They were even rude during story hour. What is he doing that's rude?
He's doing a handstand.
Yeah, anything else that looks rude?
Sticking his tongue
He's
out.
just sticking his tongue out. Does Miss Nelson look happy?
No, she's like, oh.
She looks like she's a little upset, huh? And they always refused to do their lessons. Something will have to be done, said Miss Nelson. The next morning, Miss Nelson did not come to school. Wow, yelled the kids, now we can really act up. They began to make more spitballs and paper planes. Today, let's just be terrible, they said. Not so fast, hissed an unpleasant voice. What is an unpleasant voice? Does it sound like how Miss Nelson might talk?
No. The opposite.
No. The opposite of how she talks. How did Miss Nelson talk?
Like, kind of high.
What did it say at the beginning that she talked in what kind of voice?
Sweet.
Like a sweet voice. A woman in an ugly black dress stood before them. I am your new teacher, Miss Viola Swamp. Then she rapped the desk with her ruler. Where is Miss Nelson? Asked the kids. Never mind that, snapped Miss Swamp. Open those arithmetic books. Miss Nelson's kids did as they were told. What does rap with a ruler mean? She rapped the desk with a ruler.
She slapped it.
She slapped it just like we just did, didn't she? And what do you think an arithmetic book is? Do you know what that word is? Arithmetic?
Like a studying book?
A studying book? That's a good guess.
Or a math book?
A math book? What gave you that idea?
Cause I kind of have there's like a book in of my backpack that kind of, I haven't like done anything in it yet, but the cover kind of looks like it has math.
Well, you're right. Arithmetic is another name for math. Very good. They could see that Miss Swamp was a real witch. She meant business. Right away, she put them to work, and she loaded them down with homework. We'll have no story hour today, said Miss Swamp. Keep your mouth shut, said Miss Swamp. Sit perfectly still, said Miss Swamp. And if you misbehave, you'll be sorry, said Miss Swamp. Wow, do you think that you could ever sit perfectly still all day?
No.
No. What would happen if Miss Swamp was the teacher and you were in the room?
I would probably fall asleep in class, and she would probably hit me with a ruler.
No, I hope she wouldn't hit you with a ruler, but yes,
Like
you would probably be in trouble.
Like she might hit the desk.
The kids in room 207 had never worked so hard. Days went by, and there was no sign of Miss Nelson. The kids missed Miss Nelson. How do you know they miss her?
Because their faces look sad.
Their faces do look sad, don't they? Maybe we should try to find her, they said. Some of them went to the police. Detective McSmog was assigned to the case. He listened to their story. He scratched his chin. He said. I think Miss Nelson is missing. Detective Smog would not be much help. Why wouldn't he be much help?
Because he even said, I think Miss Nelson's missing. And that's what they were going to ask him, for him to help them.
So he basically already told them what they already knew, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Other kids went to Miss Nelson's house. The shades were tightly drawn, and no one answered the door. In fact, the only person they did see was the wicked Miss Viola Swamp coming up the street. If she sees us, she'll give us more homework. They got away just in time. What do you think the swamp was doing coming to her house?
Maybe she's the sub for the sub teacher, and she's going there to see her.
And let her know how the class was during the day?
That
Maybe something terrible happened to Miss Nelson. Maybe she was gobbled up by a shark, said one of the kids. But that didn't seem likely. Maybe Miss Nelson went to Mars, said another kid. But that didn't seem likely either. Okay, well, they are making predictions about what happened to Miss Nelson. What do you think happened? Any guesses?
she got annoyed of the kids, so she's asking a sub, or she's sick.
Okay. Either she's sick of the kids, and so she had a sub come, or she got sick. That's a good prediction. I know, exclaimed one know-it-all. Maybe Miss Nelson's car was carried off by a swarm of angry butterflies. But that was least likely of all. What does least likely mean?
Like that one would probably not happen.
Correct. Why is it least likely that a swarm of butterflies would carry her car off?
Because first of all, I don't think butterflies would be that strong, and also, why would butterflies carry someone's car?
Okay, that's a good thought. Do you know what a swarm is? What does a swarm look like?
Like a bunch of them.
Like a bunch of them all together. Sometimes we talk about a swarm of bees, right? The kids in room 207 became very discouraged. It seemed that Miss Nelson was never coming back, and they would be stuck with Miss Viola Swamp forever. They heard footsteps in the hall. Here comes the witch, they whispered. Hello, children, someone said in a sweet voice. Who do you think it is?
Miss Nelson.
Let's see. It was Miss Nelson. Did you miss me, she asked. We certainly did, cried all the kids. Where were you? That's my little secret, said Miss Nelson. How about story hour? Oh, yes, cried the kids. Miss Nelson noticed that during story hour, no one was rude or silly. What brought about this lovely change, she asked. That's our little secret, said the kids. Back home, Miss Nelson took off her coat and hung it in the closet, right next to an ugly black dress. When it was time for bed, she sang a little song. I'll never tell, she said to herself with a smile. What do you think happened?
I think she was, actually that, like that mean Miss Swamp girl, and she
Why do you think that?
because she has that black dress, and she could have like got a wig or dyed her hair, and she was acting meaner to show them what a mean teacher was like.
P.S. Detective McSmog is working on a new case. He is now looking for Miss Viola Swamp.
Hi, I hope you enjoyed Miss Nelson's Missing
With Miss Lesprance and Landon.